interesting. Everything is interesting to Christine. Everything.
I just use it like a little punctuation mark in my
judgment.
That I speak.
A punctuation.
I'm not judging anybody. Why do I get accused of this? This is
your husband said it.
I'm being misrepresented.
He knows you best.
That's not true. Do you think I'm judgy? No. I just think things are interesting.
I love it. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I'm switching gears here.
Okay.
If someone was like, you know what, I'm thinking in the next, year or two, I'm going to buy a house. Mm-hmm. What are 5 things you would tell them to not do to ensure they qualify and are able to purchase the home within their budget?
The first thing off the top of my head is do not buy a new car.
Don't buy a new car.
Mm-mm. Or if you have to buy one, I guess buy one, in cash if you have it laying around, but I would just say don't make any large purchases using credit especially. So don't do that, number 1. Number 2, the best you can, do not make any job changes. So, because what a bank wants to see is consistency. They want 2 years of consistent income, job history. They want to see stability.
Yeah.
So those 2 things right off the bat come to mind. Number 3, I would say don't do anything crazy with your credit cards. Don't start shutting credit cards down. I'm gonna shut, because that's a huge mistake. A lot of people think, okay, I'm saving up to buy a house, so now I'm gonna make sure that I'm not tempted by these credit cards, and then they go and they shut down their credit cards. No.
Just put it in the freezer and take it out of your Apple Pay or your phone tap pay.
Yeah, exactly. Just and you can, what you can do actually is you can ask for higher credit limits on them, because that actually will help you.
Yeah.
So that actually will help you. So don't shut down your credit cards. Don't get huge amounts of cash just deposited randomly. Just make sure that you talk to a mortgage broker about the timing of it and when to do it, and just be sure that the money is quote unquote seasoned, so that the underwriter counts it.
So that it actually counts towards your income.
Counts towards your income, yeah, exactly. And then the 5th thing, I can't think of a 5th thing right now, but I'll think about it, I mean, just consistency. That's essentially what I would say.
I could think of one.
What?
That it's part of the credit card, not shutting down your credit cards, and you can raise the limit, but your debt to income ratio needs to be good. So none of your credit card, you keep them all open, but none of them should be hitting close to the available credit limit. You want to stay under 50%. So if it's a $10,000 limit, you never want the balance to be more than 4,000.
Yep.
Type vibes right. For all the credit cards.
Absolutely. And actually I can think of something too, is talk to a mortgage broker early in the process. Because there are a lot of things about our own finances that we may not realize that could really make a difference in saving us money.
Yeah. And qualify. And be patient.
Yeah, just be patient. It's a goal to work for. Nobody, that's the thing, is that you don't need to compare yourself to other people. Just do the best you can.
Comparison is the thief of joy.
Yes. Yep. That's so true.
Yeah, if your dream is just a piece of land for you to put a tent on, that's totally acceptable. Don't compare yourself to anyone else. Follow your dreams. I'm dead serious. That's the judgment. She's killing herself to stay interested.
Where are you going to go poop and pee? Okay,
the giant tierra. It's a restroom. You dig a hole.
No, I know where you're talking about buying it. And there, you
can't
even dig through that land. It's so hard.
You dig a hole.
No.
This
isn't soft, supple land. This is
I see a lot of land in Sherman Oaks, and there's a lot of plots of land for sale. You get a nice tent.
It is so expensive. That's a very expensive camping.
I wouldn't judge you. I'll be your agent.
Yeah.
Christine will say her interesting off in the office.
I don't know what I'll say.
Maybe that will be my niche market, helping people find land to set up a tent. There are really, have you seen my tent yet? It's gorgeous.
I've heard about your tent. I've seen it. It's
Acacia Space has,
really
it's
cute.
like a house. It's like a little casita.
I know.
It's so cute.
You're so good. You're so good. You're good. You're very
Which I'm
good.
sure people need advice on the process of figuring out what it is that are non-negotiables and flexibility in their wish list.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how should someone go about compiling their wish list for the home that they want to get into and be realistic about it? Because obviously there's a dream home that we all have on our Pinterest boards.
Yeah.
And not most of us can't afford that to build that. And usually it requires building from scratch. So how should someone go about making a true, realistic wish list for their dream home?
Well, my advice would be to lower your expectations and then lower them even more.
Oops. Savage.
Like,
so
mercilessly just like cut.
The key
You're
to
like,
the
I
wishes
want a
of your
second
dream
bathroom.
home is that there is no dream home.
There is no dream home. Nothing's
Gotcha.
perfect. You got to start somewhere. You just have to get your foot in the door. If you want to get your dream home, you need to start somewhere. And that's what you need to do. So the first thing you want to get in order is obviously your savings plan, making sure that you have, stable income history and that you feel confident that you can actually afford to purchase a home.
Yeah.
So that's step one. And then step two, I would say just lower your expectations. You can't, it's just not, especially in high cost living areas, which we live in California. I've seen people do so much with so little. And I think that's why I really try to encourage people to stop being such a perfectionist about everything, because I see people do, again, like just the most beautiful things with just a really ugly condo or, quote unquote ugly condo in the middle of a neighborhood that they don't like. And this person has just created an incredible dream home, with a tiny little 50 square foot balcony. I was like, this is the cutest 50
With a tent.
Yeah, with a tent. You do it too. See?
Home is where you are.
I get it. Home is where you are, and you can create. That's what I love about real estate. That's what I feel is very powerful, is that you can truly create something out of nothing.
Yeah.
And you just need to get your foot in the
Yeah.
I've lived with one bathroom for the last 10 years.
I love your house so much. It's so cute.
But some people would be like, oh my gosh, I can't live with just
No, I
one
mean,
bathroom.
but once you get in there, you're like, this is perfect.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, we get home from being out, my husband and my kid, and we're like, oh my gosh, I have to use the bathroom. We're like all fighting over.
See, and then that's when you get comfortable using outside. Everything is going to go back to having a plot of land with a tent.
Well, no.
No.
You're
Okay.
taking it too far.
Okay, too far. Okay.
Anywho, so I just feel like you need to start someplace and just be willing to make a sacrifice.
It's good advice.
Yeah.
It's good advice.
Mm-hmm.
It's like picking a marriage mate. Lower the expectations.
Ooh, are we getting into this conversation?
No, we are not.
Are we? It sounds like you...
Like I was making a progress.
Yeah, that you're making progress.
No.
Ashanta,
I'm sorry.
I'm disappointed.
I know. I'm so sorry.
Okay, so what are we going to call this? We're going to call this podcast, Oh, Interesting. No? Interesting.
At first I was like, it should be Ladies Love Real Estate, like LL Cool J. But then I'm like, interesting is going to be said a lot, I'm sure.
Oh my god.
So who knows? We need to brainstorm. We need to figure it out too.
Okay, we'll figure this out.
All right. Well, thank you.
I love you.
It's our first episode.
I love you.
I love you too.
Thank you.
Yay.
Thank you for trusting me.
Thank you for letting me do this with you.
No, thank you for trusting me. Seriously, that you think that I am worthy of being a trustable
my mentor.
person. I mean, I don't know if I'm really like a mentor necessarily.
100% you
but
are.
I just feel like, thank you for trusting me that you actually like would be interested in engaging me in the conversation of real estate. That you think that I'm,
Of course.
like, you know.
You're the coolest, smartest person I know.
No. That's not true.
No, too far.
Somebody's watching. Don't lie. That's very sweet. I love you.
I love you too.
Okay.
All right, I'm pressing stop.
Bye.